So, Francesco, welcome to this debriefing session. Congratulations on scoring a 720. I think I'd say double congratulations because you told me your husband got a 680 as well. So how does it feel?
Really good. I think that I have 50 kilograms less of weight after 2 years of studying for the GMAT.
Well, I'm glad. Yes. And I think what's nice is because your goal was to get the 720 score. So that's very nice. So let's kind of talk about this. You said 2 years, and we were talking about this earlier, and you've actually done a lot during those 2 years. This is your third attempt, right? And in the first attempt, you scored a 670. Verbal was a big problem. Then you had a 640 in your second attempt, where actually your verbal score went down, despite the fact that you'd worked with, a private tutor, you'd worked with an institute, and then you went from a V34 to a V40, which is 91st percentile on verbal. So let's talk about your GMAT journey briefly. So when you started studying first attempt, how did you study? Second attempt, what did you do with that private tutor? And then what made the difference in this third attempt, which helped you improve to that verbal score, V40 score?
Well, like for the first attempt, I studied by myself and also active like another platform, like GMAT platform, to see how it was. But mostly it was my own time and by myself to see which parts I have to start to study. Like the verbal part and the quant part. Since the beginning, quant. I was better. Like I loved math, so I found it more easy than verbal.
Got it.
And then I got that 670. I was okay with the score for being the first time. Then, but I wanted to have a score 700 or more. So I after the first attempt, I contacted a private tutor of verbal, and we had about like 8 sessions. Only the two of us to review the verbal part, to see the main topics, the GMAT tests, the grammar, the tenses, the pronouns, all that kind of things. And we do a lot of practice with time, to see how long it takes me to have the sentence correction part done, and also the reading comprehension part. And after that, after 2 months of the first attempt, I took the second attempt, and I got like same score at math and lower at verbal, and I got the 640, and I was like, what just happened? I studied only verbal and I got a lower score. So I was like, I will give it a pause to the GMAT. I was thinking about applying with the 670. So the second part of 2019, I didn't study for the GMAT, like took a pause. And this year, I thought of applying to round 1 with the 670, but then I thought to give it another chance, to the GMAT. And that's how, thanks to Nicolas, which is my partner, I met e-GMAT to see, and I gave the platform a chance, to see the verbal part. I pay for both math and verbal, but I really focus on verbal. And really, like the topic, the guideline, it's very detailed, the study plan, which helps me a lot, because studying by myself, I didn't know which parts I had to study, the time I have to spend on tenses, or the time I have to spend on grammar or critical. And e-GMAT gave me a detailed plan and objectives per day. Like you have to study like 2 hours a day to achieve your objective. You have a 720, like from here to a month. So it was very detailed, and it helped me a lot to have my goals established. So that's when I used the platform, and then decided to take the online GMAT. And I got a 40 on verbal and on math a 48. So
okay. Now I'm actually curious right now. I just want to look at. Yeah, I see the 620, and I have the plan now over here, where you have your ability scores in SC, CR, and RC over here, and then arithmetic and algebra over here, and really from that 20th August to 24th September, you took the GMAT sometime towards the end of October, right?
October, yes, mid-October.
Mid-October is when you took the GMAT. Okay, that's good. I mean, the plan looks good. You hit 720, That's really, really good. And a V40 and I mean the quantum verbal score seem to be in line with what you were aiming for.
Yes.
So you worked with the private tutor, you did this. When you said, sentence correction was a big problem, as we can see, your starting ability was 58 percentile over there. So how did the sentence correction course change your approach?
It was much better. I like at the first try to focus maybe on grammar things and didn't take into consideration the meaning part. And I think the meaning is very important, like maybe you see that the grammar is not precisely the best one, but the meaning is the first thing you have to see on a sentence correction. So the approach changed completely, and I was more confident on my answers on the sentence correction part. No, and the part of the grammar and the tenses aligns with the meaning part. If you understand the meaning, you can see also like the grammar and tenses part. So it really helped me a lot.
So you kind of understand, okay, the grammar part is there to make sure that you can communicate the meaning. And then as long as you're communicating the meaning properly, the sentence doesn't need to be the most elegant sentence, as long as there is no ambiguity in there. So you actually did very well on the sentence correction course. I was looking at your stats. You were doing all of these quizzes, and so how did these quizzes help you that were there in the SC course?
The quizzes, well, it helped a lot because it was like a reminder of all the things you have studied so far. So to see which are the stronger parts and which are the weaker parts. So if I have to review the lesson or if it's okay to move on to the next topic. So it's really helpful, to have like a mini objective in the way to your goal.
Okay, so yeah, this is really, when I'm looking at this, your scores over 100%, 100%. The 60% over here, but then the application file again, you did well. Modifiers, application practice, you did very, very well. And some of these you probably revised twice because I see the word bind modifiers 78 minutes. So you probably revised this file more than once over here. Similarly, modifiers application too, you spent you spent time on the right entities that's supposed to stay, that where the difficulty level goes up. So that's really good.
Yeah.
And the overall scores over here are really good too. 81% in practice quizzes overall is excellent. Now, you also did a fair amount of Scholaranium. How did Scholaranium help you?
It was really good. I wanted more hard questions. I almost did all the hard question, I think, and it really gave me a sense of practice and how the real exam was going to be. So it was really good. And I can see how I get in a specific area of sentence correction, like
So
modifiers.
you went to skill data basically.
Yes.
And you really said, okay, how am I doing in pronouns, modifiers? Okay.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. And you got better. And this is a nice thing you can really see. I'm looking at your dashboard. I don't know if you use this feature. So I look at, you said hard questions. You did a lot of hard questions, and your accuracy in sentence correction was 54%. But when I look at the last 30 questions, it has gone up slightly over there. But in RC, you were very good. In CR, you were much better in the last 30 over here.
Yeah.
Similarly, medium questions, as you can really see. I don't think you did a whole lot of medium questions, but good, decent accuracy in SC and CR, but really good in RC over here in this case. So we were talking about CR. So you also did the critical reasoning course. Did you do pre-thinking?
Yes. It was difficult to have a pre-thinking, to think about an assumption. It's very difficult, but I tried to have the pre-thinking method so I can more quickly see which one was the correct choice.
Okay, and then were you able to pre-think as you practice pre-thinking? Were you able to get there?
Yes. It was easier for me to think about possible assumptions, and some of them were at the same as the answer choices, so it was easier.
Okay, that's good to know. So when you started this, you said you always loved math, right? But did you ever think you'd end up scoring higher in verbal than in math? Because 91st percentile, you're much better in verbal than you were in math.
No, I never thought of that. A 40 was like, I never thought of having a 40 in verbal. I actually didn't put like the objective of 40 on verbal part. I put like I think a 38 or Like for the 720 was more higher in math and
Okay.
a little lower in but when I saw the 40 in verbal, I couldn't believe it. Like I was so happy.
That's
And
really
it
good.
it made the difference. It made a difference for the 720. So it's like
Oh, it's a huge difference. I agree with that. I think it's you are better off than 70-75% of Americans now. So native speakers of English language. So that's wonderful. So let's talk about your business schools now. And so we're talking about it. You're aiming for you're looking at for Kellogg, Duke, and Darden, and you said you want to understand how do you go about doing the video essay, um, and what are a couple of other things that you wanted to know?
for the Kellogg business school was the essays and the interviews.
So
No,
which specific essays? I mean, if we can talk about anything specific, I can really see if I can help you with that.
I was thinking about the video essay, like how to approach it specifically.
Okay,
And
I'm going to send you a specific video for video essay. We have one, which we can
perfect.
yes. So that part I'm going to send a specific video. I think I believe we have one. We have
Perfect.
rather than me giving you advice, we have an admission consultant who's done that. So
Okay.
to approach the video essay. So I'm going to dig it out of our YouTube channel and really give you that.
Perfect.
Yes.
Thank
Okay.
you.
What else?
I think in the Kellogg part, the essay about creating lasting value. I think that was the one I struggled the most, but I actually did it. I wanted to think about your advice and how to approach that essay. And also, yeah, in the business school of tech, the essay I thought it was difficult was the tell us who you are.
I think both of them are the same answer, in many ways the same answer. So you are your post MBA goal is to join your your mother's business, a family business, where you're empowering women, right? And in terms of who you are, that says a lot about who you are. You are someone who wants to do put your energy in making the society a better place to be in, and so that does uh, tell a lot about who you are. Now, what you need to really do is to say, I've got to back this up with other actions that I've done in the past. So because having that goal is very nice, but then how do you know that you're going to be motivated towards that goal? Because achieving anything, doing anything new is difficult. It requires a lot of persistence. It and so you've got to really give some evidence that you've had this 25, 26, 27 years of life, that you've demonstrated that persistence in a similar field preferably. So that will really tell you who you are. So I mean, if I were to write that essay today, who I am, I'd really say I'm someone who actually wants to use technology to make a difference to people, and I would have evidence of how I've done that.
How you did.
Yeah, so far, and then to really say this is what I want to do going forward.
Okay. Yes.
So,
perfect.
So that is a very, very important piece. I mean, they want to know who you are as a person, and that would also carry forward to your interviews, because the same question would come in different ways for your interview as well.
Yes. Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else?
I think that's it.
All right.
Maybe in Duke.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have like a tip for the 25 random things? I don't know what should I put, what I shouldn't put. It's like I want to put like things that are part of me as a person, or like maybe also some funny stuff. I don't know if I have to put some part of work or not necessarily, because
what's the question? Can you explain? I 25.
The part the 25 random things.
Random things.
The Duke's question. Yes.
And can you spell the question out completely? 25 random things that?
Yes.
That you want to tell us? Is there something else?
Let me see the question here.
Let's just look at, I'm Googling that as well.
It's a long paragraph because they introduce the Duke's culture and then.
So that part, the application process, questions and essays, I'm looking at it. 25 random things about yourself. Here is it. Hold on, let's just look at this over. This one, right?
Let me see. Yes, that one.
Spirit and community is one of the things that set the MBA experience apart, and it's a concept that extends beyond the student body to include A, B, and C, faculty, staff, and administration. Please share with us 25 random things about you, wants to get to know you beyond the professional and academic achievements listed in your resume and transcript. Share with us important life experiences, your hobbies, your achievements, your fun facts, or anything that helps to understand what makes, again, what moves you. This is the same question.
Okay.
This is exactly the same question over here. It's just they want to be more specific, and again, what they're really saying is it can't really be all fun. It can't really be all professional. It has to be a mix of it, but together it has to formulate who you are as an individual. Okay, and so for me, if the theme really is, I love technology, I love education, and I want to make an impact. So there'd be stuff from my professional side that I do. There'd be stuff from my personal side also, where, for example, with my kids, I teach them tech, and I focus on helping them not study for the test, but study for understanding. And so I'd kind of formulate experiences around it, instances around it. So it's just, as it says, what moves you, who you are, what makes you who you are. I'd also focus on so about 10 years ago, I was pretty serious about sports. 12 years ago, now it's 2020, till 2008, I was very serious about sports. And I had led teams. So I was very focused on understanding everyone's strengths and making sure that everyone has a clear plan towards how we're going to win a particular game. And building those strengths. So I would talk about those pieces over there. And the same way, which within the company in e-GMAT, we're very focused on doing the same thing, where we have very, very strong training programs within the company to build everyone's capabilities over there.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
So yeah, that's kind of what I would do. Again, all of your actions tell you who you are. So
sorry about that.
That's all right. I know he's doing work, so I understand that. So yeah, so I mean, and we do this at the expense of making money. For example, this year we've almost doubled the size of our team, and the big focus has been training everyone and making sure that we build these training programs internally. We have new processes internally to make sure that there's a certain induction which everyone goes through. We have an entire transparency program where we have dashboards for pretty much everything, so people can take a look at it and can really just figure out in which department what is going on over here, and everyone has access to those things. For example, if I were to look at forum queries, very simple piece over here, and this is something that we didn't have last year, but this year we have this piece where we say, okay, how many customers logged in the last 1 week? How many of them visited our forum post? I don't know if you visited our internal forums to look at student doubts over there. So how many of them posted queries? How many total queries were posted? Okay, and how many of them have been responded by our SMEs in the last 7 days? So everyone can take a look at this. So this is something which is dynamically updated every minute. And what's been our CSAT score, which is a customer satisfaction score, and how does it vary from day to day? So it can vary quite a bit. Over here, how does it compare to what it was last week? How does it, how many of, depending on which course are we talking about, how many forum visits do we have? So everyone, which SME is responding to how many queries, and so on and so forth.
Oh, wow.
So this is just an example of something that we do. Similarly, we started creating video solutions for questions in Scholaranium, and how many people have seen those video solutions? How many times have these video solutions being viewed? So this stuff is accessible to everyone within the company over here. Out of those who have viewed the video solution, how many of them have posted a forum query? Over there, only 21 people have posted the forum query. Only 26 queries have been posted against these 4,500 views over here. And how many queries have been posted within a day of viewing the solution? So that's only 13 queries over here that you can really see over here. And then how many people really say they really like the solution, they don't like the solution. So this is a project that, about a third of our SM department is doing, but everyone within the company has access to it, so they can really know what everyone else is doing and the impact that it is making, so that our customer success team knows, oh, this is helping customers in this way. And if they want any special input from our subject matters, they'd be mindful of the fact that, hey, they are doing this production work over here. So that part for me is kind of, a lot of it comes from sports, where we say everyone needs to know how we are going to win. And so this is where we spent 2.5 months just transitioning the entire company to this platform, where we are feeding the right data, building these dashboards for everyone. And now we're training the companies, because even just building the dashboards doesn't do, but you also have to train people to be able to use these dashboards. So we have 3 people who are working who are just spending their entire time and energy training the entire company on how to use these dashboards.
Wow, that's really cool. So everybody has access to everything, and it's better, no?
Everyone has access to most things. Of course, there's certain sensitive data, of course, they don't have access to. But
the things about the students, like the statistics.
Yes. So similarly, the subject matter team has access to the customer success the team dashboard, where how many queries are they responding to, and what are students, what feedback are they getting based on their queries and everything. So yeah. So that's how you would go back and demonstrate through your actions what are those 25 random things about you. So, well, hopefully this answers your question.